So I remember coming to St. Boniface Hospital in 2016, actually, and starting as a full-time staff member in the spiritual care department and having worked at other hospitals in the city. St. Boniface had a different feel to it. You could sense that there was a sense of compassion in the hospital, that the teams really came together for the best of the patient. Working in spiritual care, I get to see the different teams and units and seeing how they all come together. They support each other. They look out for each other. So for me, I'm a coordinator of spiritual care education. And so part of my role is teaching other people who want to go into spiritual care or chaplaincy. So I have students that come in and we discuss cases together. They do practicums on the unit and I follow up to see how those are doing. When the school year's not in session, I work on the units alongside my other colleagues. And so helping to ease anxiety or to offer hope or to see rays of light in the midst of darkness and chaos is a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis. It's a very rewarding job. It's a very hard job. We don't normally get the happy cases. A lot of the work we do is the harder, difficult navigating and figuring out life in the midst of an awful diagnosis or a loss. Maybe some part of them has been lost or they're struggling or grappling with grief. So those parts are hard, but it is rewarding to kind of walk alongside them in that time. But I think there was one that's sticking out right now for me, being called to palliative care unit at the end of life for a patient, and they had wanted a prayer said at the bedside. And so I was able to go up and say that prayer, and then I walked out the door, and I think within 2 or 3 minutes, the patient died. And the family was just, of course, understandably sad and distraught. A lot of his children were there and his spouse. But they were also saying things like, he was just waiting for you, or he was just waiting for that prayer. And so they were so gracious that we were able to provide that service for them, and that he was able to go out with something that was really meaningful to him, to have that at the end of his life. And that, as they said, they're like, it seemed like he was waiting for that. And so that always sticks out, because we've seen instances where it does seem like people are waiting for something to happen. And when we can facilitate it, whether it's a family member coming to visit or hearing something, saying some sort of prayer ritual at the bedside, it is really impactful and it helps to make the work feel even more meaningful. So I love doing that work. It's very rewarding. It's hard, but it's very rewarding.